Hey everybody, Jason Burmis here, and we're trying out some new equipment. Hoping that this might fix my issue where I can't Skype in when I'm hosting the fourth hour over at the Jones program, because I want the best video quality and I want the best audio quality. And despite the fact that Meet is great, Skype is that much better, and I've had problems mixing that. So we're going to find out whether this is going to be the solution or not down the road. But what I really wanted to talk about is, number one, I kind of want to speculate on what's going on with Tim Pool and the swatting incidents that have now occurred. But number two, really talk to people out there and let them know that there are human beings on the other side of this. This is not trolling. This is disgusting. It's despicable. It's attempted murder. You never know what is going to happen if law enforcement enters a home under the precipice that somebody has been hurt or killed. And, I've known Luke Rudkowski now for well over 15 years at this point. Well over 15. And Luke is one of those people that time in and time out has done great work. Okay, that doesn't mean I agree. In fact, you can go back to when I was working with Luke and We Are Change, and we had disputes on the air all the time. You can imagine how many disputes there were off the air. We're human beings. I still love the guy. The thing is that when I look at this situation, and having been at Tim's place a little bit over a year ago, for me, it doesn't seem like an internet troll. And I'm not saying it's an operation either. I think it's more along the lines of maybe a burned guest, or perhaps somebody who used to work for him. But anyway you slice it, it's extremely dangerous. It's extremely dangerous. And, I texted Luke after the second time it happened. The first time was kind of shocking to me. But the second time I was like, man, this is getting out of control. And I want to say this, if it is an internet troll, if anybody's endorsing this at all, you're disgusting. You're disturbing. What is wrong with you? Seriously, what is wrong with you? You are putting people in real danger. And that's kind of going to get me to my next point. I don't do this because I think this is some kind of a game, and I think it's funny. And I want to be a social media personality, and I want to take a dozen selfies a day. I've never done this because of that. I've done this because right now, more than ever, if you haven't noticed, authoritarianism and tyranny is running rampant in what the Bilderberg Group called the post-truth world that we are now encompassed in. Okay? And there are still people out there that love internet hoaxes, can't wait to take over a 4chan, an 8chan, an 8con, anything, a thread of Johnny nonsense, and just have a bunch of giggles about it. Okay? And then worse, grift off of it. It upsets me to no level. And then at the same time, because you got to combat these people, right? Then you have to combat the fact checkers. So you have to combat the internet trolls that are automatically trying to put disinformation out there just because they think it's hilarious. Not just the signature reduction crew that we know exists. Okay? You understand that? And then you have to combat the big tech tyranny lies that just encompass you with every single click. I mean, these are two things that were up on the side of Twitter today. There's no evidence that you-know-who requested troops you-know-where, or even consulted Pelosi ahead of, and again, they frame it as an insurrection. Fact checkers say, just like they say that experts say you-know-what are safe and effective in helping prevent the spread of you can read for yourself. And I don't like having to dance around language. But again, I'm not here because I'm trying to gain an audience or have people invest in Jason Bermas. I'm here because this is where the audience is. And I'm trying to reach as many people as possible. It's another reason I'm very happy to be doing the 4th hour of Infowars.com every once in a while to reach that audience and reach as many people as I possibly can. And Tim Pool, love him or hate him, has allowed a lot of guests on there that you wouldn't see and don't see in the mainstream conversation that I may not agree with, but I'm glad they're out there putting out the information. So, Tim and I disagree on a lot. I still remember having the conversation about the virus not being natural and the HIV aspect, and he said that had been debunked because the Lancet had removed the paper, and I was just like, that doesn't mean anything. And a year later, it's now common knowledge this thing was absolutely biologically manipulated. They're talking about the Fear and Cleveland sites all over the place. You could talk about Luc Montagnier all over the place now, but you have to go with the leak thing, right? And I'm even, it's dangerous for me to even talk about that on YouTube, that those things are out there, right? So we disagreed there. Is that okay? Sure. I'll tell you what, with the crypto dump right now, so I think that Bitcoin is somewhere in the 30-something K range. I haven't even looked at Ethereum. A lot of altcoins have went down. Jason Bermas took a big hit today. Big deal. Pool was telling me Bitcoin to $1 million. I'm sure you could probably go back a year to his podcast. He'd probably be saying the same thing, on air. And I go, max, man, it goes to 100K. And then I go, it dips below 60 again. But it never even hit that 100K. So it's like I'm not making predictions all the time. But I'm trying to be, somebody who's looking at what's going on, who's looking at available evidence, available documentation, right? People telling you and then playing those clips, what's going to happen, and then analyzing it in a fashion that's useful. And again, Pool having all those people on all the time and his guest hosts on all the time, I think is a positive thing, number one. But it wouldn't matter if I absolutely hated the podcast. Let me put it this way. If Chris Cuomo, okay, and the gang over at CNN had some podcast and that happened to them, first of all, they would say it was domestic terror right out of the gates and laws needed to be changed and et cetera, et cetera. But I wouldn't call for it. I don't want to see those type of things happen. So I'll tell you this. I really hope the person that is doing this gets caught, and I hope that they are treated appropriately by the justice system, all right? Because I don't want to see leniency if this does end up being some psychotic left-wing activist. And by the way, I don't think that's it. But let's say finally, the FBI or the Department of Justice or the state police departments do their job and figure out who's done this, even though I'm sure they're using spoofing equipment. I do want to see that person, serve time. This is disgusting and dangerous. So, with that being said, guys, I want to invite everybody to be on the Jason Bermas Show. Right now, I think there's about 5 videos. I watched 5 of them. There might be some more, but I grabbed them off the internet. And tomorrow, what we're going to do, I think somewhere in the noon mark, Central Time, we're going to take your comments and questions. And the way that you get in a comment and question is you can just record one on Twitter and then hit me with an @ underneath in this thread right here. So you get in the thread, you upload your video, and then you just pop it in there. It's very easy for me to find. I'm also on Getter. You can do it there. Right underneath, put your video underneath. We got a couple people who did that as well. The Twitter's a little easier for me to rip. But get your questions and comments in. Right now, we're going to be talking about 9/11. We are going to be discussing activism and how to be more effective, not only in that, but with media presentation. That was asked of me. We're going to be talking about Kazakhstan. In fact, when we talk about Kazakhstan, I do want to say that last week, after my discussion with Ryan Christian, he did send me this very helpful article, and there's more information out there even today. But again, Ryan and the Last American Vagabond do great work, so we're going to be getting into that and a lot more. So if you want to get your question or comment in, That's how you do it. Thumbs the video up, subscribe, and share. We didn't even get 100 thumbs up on this video. I can always use the support. You guys know that I'm completely demonetized on YouTube, and they take away the channel constantly. So if you want to find out, what's really going down, you want to see my uncensored stuff, it's all free right here, right now on Rokfin. Just go make the free account and then follow me. Let's see where we're really at. I haven't touched this since later today. Maybe 40, a little bit, almost up to 47.2. So we're trying to expand here in a platform that doesn't ban me, that is pro-free speech, that is empowering me by allowing me to show you things maybe about January 6th that you're not supposed to know with the Union of the Unwanted. I don't think I dare post that. Instead of just 10 minutes with me and Derek Rose, you can see the almost hour-long conversation. The Reawaken Tour. You know what? You don't have to agree with their politics. You don't have to agree with their religious beliefs. But some of the people that put great presentations on there, from Judy Mikovits to Sherry Tempany to Zelenko, who hopefully I'm going to be getting on the show, all right here, right now. In fact, I'll tell you what. You know what's going to be an exclusive over at the Rokfin? Live tomorrow? James Corbett is coming on the program at 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 Central. And we'll probably be dicing it up for an hour plus, talking about what we predicted. So tomorrow we're going to play these videos also, probably about noonish, and interact with you. So make that video thing now. And then make sure you have the free Rokfin account, bare minimum, to come over and watch James Corbett and I discuss really what's going on in this whole, again, post-truth world, COVID-1984 nightmare. If you do want to support the program, the GoFundMe's down below. You can always hit the subscribe button, $9.99 a month or $99.99 for the year, and that gets you everybody's premium content. Another great way to support the broadcast, because, guys, it's not about left or right. It's always about right and wrong, and it is extremely wrong what is going on with this maliciousness towards my friend. I take it personally. I can't imagine it happening to me, folks, because I got my family upstairs. And I'm sure the people that Tim has living with him and close enough to him feel like family. It's really grotesque. So I love you. Not about left or right. It's always about right and wrong. And I'll see you on the flip side.